So in continuation, welcome back everyone. So in continuation of the previous video, we're talking about this time around I'll be talking about Venus moon aspect in synastry. Venus aspect moon in synastry. So what is Venus aspect moon in synastry? I've talked about Venus previously, like what Venus is about. So what's moon? Moon is about nurturing. Moon is about emotions, feelings, mind. Also talks about our like psychological thing like that. So yeah, so that's exactly what moon talks about. Now, what Venus moon aspect in synastry? So when I say Venus moon aspect, I mean in situations where there's a Venus trine moon aspect, or Venus opposition moon aspect, or Venus conjunct moon aspect, or Venus square moon aspect. So what is it about in synastry? Now let's get one thing straight. I like the Venus moon aspect personally because it's one of the aspects to look at for, especially when it's in a trine position, something like it's in a good aspect position. So maybe soft aspect position. I like the Venus moon aspect because this exactly explains the connections. It explains the chemistry that the chemistry is kind of like very genuine. The chemistry is more kind, more generous. Yeah, explains that part, and also explains that the chemistry of those of the partner, they tend to share some kind of strong interest. Yeah, strong interest, and they always have this emotional feelings, emotional attachment towards each other. Yeah, that's what explains that. So the Venus Moon aspect focused on how partners tend to become more emotionally, you know, attracted to each other. Yeah, emotionally attracted. But the romantic aspect, it's more or less like when the partners have each other in mind based on reciprocating each other's feelings. Yeah, based on reciprocating each other's feelings. It's like um, let's say it's like the Venus person is always aware of the moon person's feelings. Yeah, like what they like, what really interests them. Because there are cases, there are situations like when partners want partners always want to always be in each other's mind, like based on interest, like based on romantic interest, like knowing what I like. You know, it's a point. You know what I like. You know what interests me, and things like that. Like when it comes to flowers, buying gifts, buying all that, buying things. You know, to make the persons feel like, oh, providing them comfort. Yeah, providing them comfort, making them feel safe, making them feel secured, yeah, like that. So this exactly explains the Venus moon aspect. When you find yourself in situations where your partner is always looking out for you, always concerned about your emotional state, about your feelings, about how you're feeling, about your state of mind, like always concerned about you, always having you in mind. Yes, that's exactly explains Venus moon aspect. And it's also a kind of like spoils connections. What I mean by spoiled connections, where your partner is always spoiling you with gifts, with lots of luxurious items, luxurious, you call it like that. So like when your partner is always there to always make you feel at ease, make you feel safe, yeah, this exactly explains the Venus moon aspect. That's exactly why I said I love this aspect because it's a aspect that makes partner feel at ease towards each other. It makes partners feel at ease towards each other, whereby they always having each other in mind. It's like a situation where your partner go out, and you're at home. For example, your partner goes out and you're at home thinking of something. While you're thinking about that thing, and you wish you can get some that thing, but somehow you couldn't. But somehow your partner coming along the way, coming back home on the way, then pick up something like that, and only for you to just, only for him to just come back and just give you something, give you a gift, and only to find out that, oh, it's exactly what you've been planning to have, planning to buy, planning to get, or something like that. So if you understand what I mean based on this example, you will get to understand what the Venus moon aspect is about. So it's a kind of thing whereby partners always have each other in mind, based on feelings, reciprocating each other's feelings, understanding the feelings of the other partner. And when it comes to romance, they always know exactly when the romantic is all good to go and all that. Like they're always like available for each other based on the romantic side. This is like the Venus person always know how to make the moon persons feel good, give them what they want, satisfy their needs and all that. So, or the moon person know how to satisfy the Venus person by making them feel good, satisfying them, make them feel comfortable like that, give them what they need, satisfy their emotional needs or their needs, their romantic needs. Like they're always there to, be there. They're always there to provide for their needs, make them comfortable and all that. So that really explains that part of the Venus moon synastry. It's one of the best synastry to look at for when it comes to reciprocations of needs, emotional needs, and all that. When you always want your partner to always be there, to be very much concerned about your feelings. Yeah. When you want your partner to always be concerned, because there are some people who are not concerned, like in situations where your partner doesn't really know what you want at the time you want it. Sometimes people want their partner to read their mind based on what they want, based on what they really like. And that's exactly where the Venus Moon aspect comes in. It makes it easier for your partner to know what you like. Yeah, based on your romantic needs and all that. It makes it easier for your partner to know what you like. I mean, like, and get you things that makes you feel happy. Provide you with some kind of like comforts, luxuries and all that makes you feel happy and all that. So that explains that part of Venus aspect of moon in synastry. Now, when it comes to the art aspect of Venus moon aspect, yes, when it comes to the art aspect of Venus moon, in synastry. So when it comes to that aspect, it can be complicated. It can be difficult to say based on the connections. Like it's create issues in reciprocating each other's feelings, like reciprocating each other's romantic needs. Like when you expect your partner to always be all that, showing you all the comfort, showing, being there at the time you want to be uh being there for you at the time you need that thing, when you really need emotional needs and support and all that, seems like the partner is not available or something like that. So it's create that kind of issues, especially on the art aspect, whereby the chemistry doesn't align. Yeah, the chemistry doesn't align based on, partner not really attending to your feelings, not giving importance to you or the other person's feelings. Yeah, in a case whereby one person is not giving importance to the other person's feelings and needs. So that really explains that part. When one person is not really attracted, attracted, and the attraction is based on, this emotions, because emotional attractions plays an important role. Emotional attraction plays an important role, and when the person doesn't really find you attractive to the point of, paying attention to your needs. So that exactly explains the art aspect of Venus moon synastry. So and that really can be very, very difficult to, to deal with. So that really explains that part of Venus aspect of moon. I like it when Venus trine. I like the trine aspect in most cases when there is a trine aspect rather than the odd aspects of squares and oppositions. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen in most cases that the odd aspect doesn't work. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that some, they kind of like the connection somehow at the start can be difficult to deal with. But as time goes on, then the feelings grow, like the chemistry grow with time. So, but the early stage sometimes can be difficult to deal with. That's exactly the thing about the art aspect in synastry. The art aspect always look difficult at the first stage, at the early stage. But as time goes, with pressure and support, like collective support or collective effort from both partners, then the feelings grows with time, they reciprocate and all that, with time everything grow and all that, everything gets better. So I'm not saying that in most cases that every time that the stress aspect doesn't, give good result. No, because there are many marriage or relationship, with lot of, stress aspects. So all what matters at the end is, patience and collective efforts. That all what matters at the end. But it's just that this trying aspect makes it easier, make the connection easier at the first place. Makes things easy rather than the squares and oppositions and all that. So that's it for that. So I've come to the end of the video regarding Venus square. Sorry, Venus aspects on moon. I've come to the end of the video regarding Venus aspects on moon. So on my next video, I'll be talking about Venus aspect of Mercury. Yeah, stay tuned. Bye for now. Thank you.